Okay, so my next project to do is I'm going to do one of the glass blocks. When I do lighted blocks, either I sand them like I showed you in my one video with a sander, or I will put like a tissue paper in and use LED lights. I do not spray them with the spray frost. That stuff comes off if you just barely touch it. I have, however, sprayed the inside without using lights, because again, as soon as you put the lights in there, it completely destroys the spray frost and it looks really tacky. I use water-based polycrylic. It looks like that. You see it's kind of old and dirty. It was sitting out in the barn for the summer when I work out there, but this is just a clear satin water-based protective finish. And what I do is I dump a little bit in here and then I put glitter in there, and then I will roll it around, okay, you know, just kind of like this, and then I turn it upside down and let it start to kind of pull to the top opening here. And then as it gets really close, I just kind of keep flipping and turning it, okay? And sometimes it takes a while for the polycrylic to dry. Hey, that's okay, because it turns out really, really pretty. So I'm going to get moving on it, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so let's get pouring just a tiny little bit of this in there. Okay, and I have, as you see, cardboard on that. No, kitty, get away from there. And then I'll just start rolling it. So you're just going to do this to cover the entire inside with the polycrylic. And you don't want to dump a lot in there. You'd be surprised how much this will actually cover. So you're just going to take your time and let it kind of roll around in there. And try to let it cover real well. Add it as you need to, but don't dump a whole lot in there, because what you don't want is you don't want it pooling. You just want a nice thin coat. And just keep moving it around just like this. I'm going to keep doing this and I will be back. So just that teeny tiny little bit I put in there left me with awesome results. I got just the right, because you see how cloudy that is? That's the polycrylic coating it. Okay, and that's what we want. Now it is time for me to add in some glitter. Yay. We don't really want an awful lot of this glitter to start. Okay, because we can always add more. It's easier to add than it is to take away. And I'm going to add that blue. Oops, this looks thick and chunky and I don't like that. Let me kind of hit it and break it up a little bit. I'm going to add that blue with some white, because this is a memory block. So I don't want it to overpower the stencilgram photo that I'm going to be using of the little kid. So we'll see what we get with this, and we're going to roll this around. Actually, I'm going to shake it an awful lot. It's not on camera, sorry, because I need shake and pound. Okay, so now that it's into the polycrylic, I'm going to have to sit here and roll it because it is going to move as the polycrylic moves. So I'm going to have to let it now move around inside that block, which takes forever. So I'm just going to sit here, and as it starts to slide around there, I'm just going to start repositioning it as I need to. Okay, and I'm going to start adding in some blue, which is going to require you to kind of hold it on the side and just kind of start dumping. Dump and shake, dump and shake. As you see, you can go through a lot of glitter on just one of these blocks. It's kind of hard to get a good candle angle and or camera angle and not have my hand in the way. Just keep shaking and shaking and shaking. I guess if you have anything loose in your body, loose teeth, loose whatever, don't be doing this because it'll be a flying out. You do a lot of shaking. Okay, now time to start the other side. Ouch. Hang on. Keep shaking, goodness gracious. Okay, that looks pretty good. Looks like it's all covered. And I'm going to keep adding some white and shaking the white around. But not having an awful lot of polycrylic in here is the key to getting it to not be so slippery and slidey. Okay? So I'm going to keep watching it, making sure it doesn't start falling. But that looks pretty good. Okay, so here's how it finally came out. The noise you hear in the background is my cutter. As you see, the white that settled, the reason that I wanted this is because this little block is going to a young man who passed away. He had brain cancer. He was actually really well known around here. He is one of the sweetest kids you could ever meet. His name was Devin. He is my niece's nephew. And he loved snow. And actually, he died 2 years ago today. And I really wasn't paying attention, but something just was like, you need to make this. You really need to make this today, right now, today. And so when I popped on to his grandparents' Facebook page. I seen it and I was like, this is amazing. So right now I'm cutting out, actually just finished the stencil part of it, so we'll get that and get that put on here. But I really like this because it almost looks like a little Christmas tree covered in snow, kind of laying on its side right here. But and on the day he did pass away, it ended up snowing, so it was really neat, a unique thing for him. Okay, I have the picture already all done up, and these types of pictures you want to try to clean up. You don't want to leave a lot of nodes there. The more nodes you have, the more work that your blade does, and that's going to wear it out really, really quick, so you want to avoid that. So we'll just squish this on there and try to clean up the image and get it as close to looking like the person as you can get. Sometimes it'll add like shadows around the eyes or the face or something, or it'll do funny things with the hair. So just try to use your best artistic abilities to put things where they need to be. Okay, that looks good. So we'll bring our little glass here. And I always have to stand up to do these. I'm going to shut this light off though, because that puts such a glare on it, it's really hard to see. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So I have quite a few air bubbles to work out because this is a matte black, and that is going to show every single air bubble that I have, but that's okay. I can spend the time and work them all out. Alright, so I'm going to take some time, start working out some air bubbles, and I will return. Okay, here we are, all bubble free now. And now what I need to do is wait for the inside to completely dry, and then we'll add our light string. And I usually only use a 20 string set. That's fine. All you want to do is give it a little bit of illumination. And normally I will put my light string to the side, so it will look like this, and I have it coming out the side. But I'm going to put it this way, and I'm thinking I may put a bow on top of this because I know how their parents, their family are, and they really like things like that. So I'm going to see if I can find a bow, and I'm going to do it that way. Okay, and here's the final outcome of my glass block. I do have the lights turned on in it, so it looks really pretty. There is the really tiny cut, less than 1/4 inch, of the Pomander font in Laura Worthington's Adorn collection. You can see it turned out beautifully. So that's my glass block tutorial. Thanks guys. If you have any questions, find me over at ScanNCut Canvas and Scout Help on Facebook. Thanks.